So I'm starting this video off with a Celica. The lights are popped up, the lights are on, he's got OZ racing wheels, and here we have a serious build with absolutely everything going on. And in fact, this Celica is off. And I'm in the countryside in Racha. That's about, I think, 120 k's from Bangkok. And now I'm walking across a wooden bridge over a kind of a small ornamental klong. And this is Moonlight Camping, and this is Chill and Camp. It's a car meet right in the middle of the countryside, and you can see here we've actually got a band going on. So we're going to try and keep away from them and walk around and keep away from the music a little bit. Anyway, you can see absolutely everyone has turned up camping style, and then you look here at this JDM minivan with a very small back on it, and we look on the front, it's got the whole VW Type 2 dress up going on. Absolutely love that. It's a coffee shop inside. That is absolutely epic. And then straight away we get to some cars that you recognize. Here we've got great garage, amazing new BMW build, and then we've got the E36, the whole Pac-Man thing going on. And I just want to go near the music for a minute and show you this, because I absolutely love this. This has got everything going on here. Look at that, man. That is pure JDM street racing build style. Absolutely stands out on these white steelies, the rust cracking through everywhere. That is fantastic. It's got a rack, it's got bride seats on it, it's got all the details. Just stand back and show you that. That is absolutely beautiful. We see we've got a band going on there, so we need to get away from them a little bit. So I'm going to head off in this direction. And then we've got King's BMW here, and in fact we have the man right here, Mr. Pop Bang Thailand, and then we've got Kumpai, and we've got a lot more familiar people here as well. And in fact, just look how cute that is. That is absolutely the number one cute of the night. So we're going to keep going. We've got Moments Racing here, another fantastic media here, and look at all this stuff. Look at this Evo here, man, it looks fantastic. Then we've got a Celica lit up inside, and that's been to Malaysia as well. But I want to show you this next, because this is awesome. This is a Mitsubishi Coupe, and you look at these red lights there and these red lights inside. But that is not the big story. This is a super rare car, because this is actually badged as a Dodge Challenger. It's the first one I have seen in Thailand. I've seen the same car before, but that is absolutely amazing. And you can see actually on the back here, we've got a Japanese brochure. Absolutely amazing. The original Japanese brochure right here. But this one is badged up as a Dodge Challenger, which is a forgotten and super rare variant. We've got a BMW, we've got a few Audis here. And then this one, this E36, is very interesting because we've got a ton of rust going on, and we've still got the badge and a little bit of paint around it. But here he's got his Dyno Jet printout, and this has got 332 horsepower, 471 newton meters, and we can't even see jammed in there the swap he's got going on there. So that is one of those, you don't judge a book by its cover. Then we've got a Civic here, right down, looks really nice. Then we've got some of the last generation Civics, and they look fantastic. And this one here has got the Varis kit, and then all those lights coming out there look absolutely fantastic. In fact, we've got lights shining out of this exit in between the die plates. And then we've got an EF here that has also got some underfloor lighting, and that looks absolutely amazing. Big box on the roof, really, really neat car. In fact, just look at the back here, because we've got a Perspex style rear spoiler jutting out to the back window. That is absolutely something I've not seen before, and it's been molded and made for the car, custom made for sure. Now we carry on going around, man. It's getting a bit dark down here, but there's a great atmosphere, and you can see they've got all these lights hanging everywhere. But you can see we've got a lot of pretty cool stuff. And this E30, I've seen this before, 2-door, it's running on AC Schnitzer wheels. And then we get to the stance camp guys, and these guys are the full stance hit. It is not just a name, because they are set up to go camping. And we come down here and look, man, this is really stance camp in a car. You can see he's absolutely right down there stance, and here's a ladder up to his roof tent. And this one I like here because I have not seen this before. This is stanced and this is a Mazda, and it looks absolutely amazing with the lights popped up. We've got a lot of guy lines everywhere, so I don't want to trip over anything. And here we've got one that looks like it's got Rotiform style wheel covers on it. Looks really, really cool. In fact, we just look at this here, stanced and with the tent and the awning, man. That is absolutely amazing. So, I've seen these stance camp guys a few times, but they really do the full hit. Then we've got an FD with a serious amount of underfloor lighting going on. And in fact, I'm just going to brake because we've got kind of all waterways and lakes here. And there's actually someone out with a very small canoe, and you can see people hanging around absolutely everywhere. Here we've got another one from the stance camp guys, and that is right down on air as well. And then we've got a city here which has got a Sega wrap on it. That's also right down. Big roof box on it, man. That looks really, really good. Kind of like the work these guys have done. The Sega on it. Another FD, but it's getting dark around here. Here's an A31. Need to go somewhere where there's a little bit more light, because now it is getting super dark. We just spin past this Civic again, man, because that is full on. That looks like some sort of monster at night. Very cool. And we've got one more on the end here, and this has kind of got the tofu delivery colours on it. On a Civic. Looks good. Right. Need to walk around a bit and try and find some light, because it's getting super dark down here. It's too hot before to try and walk around. Just been past this Gallant stroke Dodge, because that looks great with the cab lit up. Here we've got an Evo, and that is looking good. In fact, a wagon version. We've got one more car over here, and that's an A31. So always worth a walk for me to see an A31. And this, actually, I saw it before in the daylight. It's very, very nice. Got this cream colour, white wheels, composite style bonnet, HKS Toyo on it. That is very, very nice. And at the back, you can see that is seriously stanced. That is right down on there. That is very, very nice. And it looks like we've got another kind of vendor place here, or campsite place. Got a kids' playground over there. And I'm actually going to cut across this little bridge. And you see, got this like big waterway kind of clung all the way around, and they got bridges intersecting it, so that's quite nice. Just kind of walk across talking and try not to fall in. And here we've got an E36 with quite a complex strut race horsepower. You can see big alloy piece here, and these two arms here, and 4 adjustable ball joints as well. Original BMW engine. Now this E36 here is a long way from original. You can see it's got an LS swap in it, and this belongs to come do here, the king of V8 swaps in Thailand. Then here we've got Kunnote, we've got the organizer Kunjak there, and we've got another E36 with big V engine in it. Going to keep going round. Here we've got another BMW, an E46 with red underfloor lighting to match the car. And then there's a lot of vendors here. A lot more BMWs, because these guys also organise the E36 meet, which I threw up on my YouTube channel a couple of weeks ago. Dozens and dozens of E36s on a roof in Thailand. So if you want to see that, drop into my YouTube channel. It's just 2 or 3 videos from the top. Anyway, here we've got a Jazz, and this has got a lot of modification going on. You can see a lip spoiler, that's running right down on these shiny red wheels. Looks quite nice, can't see a lot in the dark. Over here, we've got 2 more BMWs. We've got a Touring, we've got a lot more vendors. Then we've got a Mini, the full Mini GP hit with all the body kit. Another E36, another E36. We're getting a lot of E36s tonight. And then here, we've got 2 EGs. And this one's got a lot of spoon going on. It's got a lot of nice details here. You can see the carbon aero mirrors, racing style. Big carbon air intake. Air filter on the end, that's very, very clean. And this one is very, very nice as well. And you can see it's got the air intake where the right-hand headlights go. Custom radiator, air intakes here. Everything has been done here. And that header is very, very complex. Very nice looking car. Just step back a bit and you can see these 2 EGs, very, very nice. We've got an FD here. We'll have a look at the rear wing here, because it's got a Mugen rear wing and it's got these extra pieces here. And then we've got a Familia, and we've got a little kid right in the roof rack. And this is really nicely done. You can see the wooden paneling on 3 sides as well. And in fact, this kid is sitting up on the roof using a MacBook. I need to zoom you in on that, Sadie Cab. Hello. Wow. That's the way to do it. Sitting in the countryside on a Saturday night with your MacBook on the roof, of a familiar that has been all really nicely restored. That is how you want to do life as well. I won't ask, I'm looking at YouTube shorts as well, as everyone does now. We've got lanterns hanging here, man. That is absolutely life. For me, that is the highlight so far. Then we got this high riding Mercedes. I've seen this quite a lot. This is really, really nice. This is jacked seriously up as well. It's been around a while, and actually built by someone who lives not far from my house. Very nice. We'll carry on. We'll go past this FD. We've already had a look at this rear wing Type R. And then we've got a City here. And this City has got PlayStation livery. That's also got a roof rack on it. And that looks really, really cool. This PlayStation livery has got really popular now. And he's also got a carbon bonnet. And he's got a lip spoiler that's wrapped in fragile stickers. Then we have got Samoto's Coupe. This is very, very nice. This Integra. These are quite rare here. The earlier Integras are quite rare, really nice, super clean car. He's not done a lot to that. And then we've got quite a few Datsun and Toyota pickups right down on there. We just look at this, air suspension in the back, and look at those absolutely massive, fabulous wheels, and look at all that patina going on. That is really, really cool. That is kind of the style I like. CRZ there. We've got a pickup here, and this has got a lot of custom work going on the rear lights. That's quite nice. And then actually this Nissan pickup, he's got a big American flag flying up there. Then we go on to this Mazda, because this looks absolutely fantastic. So the band have actually stopped for 1 second so we can have a quick look at these cities here. Man, that is an absolute fantastic contrast, the pink and the purple together. And you look at this lip spoiler, that is absolutely huge, and that is right down on the ground. That is a really seriously nice build. You can see he's got carbon fiber picked out here, so should be a carbon fiber bonnet. Very nice. This one also really, really nice. Man, they look great, but the band is about to fire up again, so I need to be somewhere else. Then we got a Celica, that is also running on air. Very, very nicely done. And you can see the intake there, a lot of work. Cutouts on the bonnet, intakes, everything. Civic here with big twin exits. And then we're back to this that I showed you before, and I absolutely love this. This is so original. All the paint coming off. Different wing here as well. The old style cover on the front here. The cooler and the pipes hanging out the front, man. That for me is absolutely amazing. So I'm done. Big congrats to the organisers. Nice vibe, nice cool, nice peaceful, relaxed event. Go past these Mighty X's, get a lot of flicker as well from the lights. But that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed watching that. I'm back with all these familiar kind of people. And in fact, I need to mention Joey's A31, because it came down in his jacked up A31, the one with the big massive wheels and the lifted height, but I cannot show it because it's pitch black where we parked. So that's it, I'm done. See you next time.